So, Quincy, what's your favorite game?
Oh my goodness. There was a time when I could say if I could play one game for the rest of my life and never be able to touch anything else, like if that extremism, probably be Magic the Gathering. I love Magic the Gathering. I don't play Standard anymore, but I play Commander.
Oh, cool.
So I love Commander. It feels like, for me, like IRL Pokemon. Like, you jump out of the bush, like, I challenge you. And people, like, have their cards and start playing. And I love that because I've gone to several cons, and in those late night hours where people are kind of like just talking or whatever, it's like, hey, you want to play Magic? Yeah, all right.
I like the almost conspiratorial whisper.
It is. It's like,
you want to play Magic?
It is. It's one of those things. It's like, you got an hour? Sure. What'd you bring? I got this. And it's just, it's so fun because Commander is not only a social game, it's like a political game too. It's an ebb and flow because it's a multiplayer game. If you're not familiar with Commander,
I've never played Magic.
Oh, well then let me give you a little bit of a laydown. So essentially, Magic the Gathering is like, obviously it's you build your own deck of cards, and the lore is that you, as in the game, you are a planeswalker, a plane jumping, magical, powerful wizard.
I like this so far.
As every set that Magic comes out with is in a different plane. So like they'll have one called Capenna, which is a very like New York Art Deco styled plane where everything is built on a city where the hierarchy, and you have like the lower tiers and a higher caste, and all the cards are developed in that way. You have a plane that's one of my favorites called Ravnica, which the entire plane is a sprawling city.
Ooh.
And it's trying to be controlled by 12 guilds who are all vying for control.
Oh, neat.
And they have different things. You have those who are in charge of like the justice system, those who are in charge of like the stealth kind of espionage, who are the secret ones. You have those in charge of the sewers, and like you have just this entire like world of different aspects of society vying for top control. Hello. Thank you. Welcome to Gen Con. It's good to see you. But with Commander, the story is basically you as a planeswalker with all of your traveling collect spells and creatures, and you build up your library, which is your deck, and then you go battle against other planeswalkers and their experiences and their stories, which is in their deck. Commander is essentially a big boy version of that in a way. It's like I said, it's a community social version where every player has a deck of 100 cards. And it's a singleton one, so you only have one copy of everything.
Okay.
Versus like in a regular standard match where you can have up to like 4 copies of a card.
Okay.
That kind of goes faster. You really hardcore combine your strategies and your combinations.
Yeah.
Your deck in Commander really focuses around the strategy of who your commander is, which is like a legendary creature that like is your kind of signpost flag of like, this is what my deck does. So like my deck is it's a mono white, which is 5 colors of magic. You can kind of combine what it is, but my deck is all white magic.
Ooh.
Which is like, healing, big powerful board wipe spells.
I'm so surprised
like
you're a healing.
I was talking to a friend the other day. We were chatting. We were watching Solo Leveling, and we were like, "What kind of power would you get?" And we were chatting, and I was like, "I feel like I would like this type of an ability. Like, I would love to be like a speedster like Flash, but I feel like the power that I would be given if like My Hero Academia quirk popped out, it'd be some kind of healing ability. I feel like that's just what I would be given. And every other personality test says I'm a cleric, so I'm like, I guess that's accurate somehow. But yeah, like my magic deck is angels.
Awesome.
Big angels, so it gets into like it ramps as fast as it can into big angels that take over the board in the sky and just try to wipe everybody out.
Cool.
And then like my buddy Kevin Dice Cream Sandwich has like ones that's all squirrels. He just creates an army of little squirrels that like kind of get in and wave in by numbers.
I'm sorry, did you say your buddy Kevin the Ice Cream Sandwich?
Dice Cream Sandwich.
Oh.
Dice Cream.
I was like, Quincy, do we need to get you some help?
I've been eating all my life, and sometimes I create friends with it. I have come to that
I get
stage.
sad when he melts.
Some things are worth melting for. But it's a fun game. If I could play any game, I considered that a while ago. If I played any one game, it would probably be that, because there's endless combinations of cards that they already have and whatnot. So I love card games.
Neat.
So big fan of card games, which is why like the first game that I've with Catalyst was a card game.
Awesome.
Like, I love just like the randomness, but also the strategy that comes in with literally the hand that you're dealt. How do you work with it? So it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. That would be me. What about you? What's like one of your favorite games?
Surprising no one on this channel, Shadowrun.
Whoa! You'll have to teach me one day.
Please.
I've not been introduced to that in terms of like I know a little bit of like the world and the lore, but not so much of like the rules and play style.
Yeah. Well, if you're from Quincy's channel and haven't heard of Shadowrun, so it's a role-playing game that's cyberpunk fantasy. It's set in our world, 60 years in the future, and magic has come to our world. So you actually have like shape-shifting dragons that are CEOs of corporations.
Oh my gosh!
Since it takes place 60 years.
Cyberpunk fantasy.
Yeah.
I'm already in. I'm like, so in.
The Native Americans, the shamans, like kind of had the Great Ghost Dance and reawakened magic and stuff like that. So and like the territories of the world have changed, and there's all these creatures now that are mythical.
So it's like our world. It's like Earth.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And so like there's rare mages and stuff like that with spell casting, and then you've all got the futuristic technology too.
Yeah.
So you've got hackers, which we call deckers. We've got riggers, which you can put your consciousness into like a vehicle
like
or a
AI
drone
or okay, cool.
yeah, and
nice.
then control it. You've got
if you want to ever be a Knight Rider, you could do that and be the car.
Yeah. You've got street samurais that like if you lose an arm, you just put a metal one on that can punch through a wall or something like that.
Goodness. That's so fun.
And then all the futuristic weapons and everything like that. So it's a cool aesthetic, and then very neon, very dark.
Yeah.
And a Shadowrunner is actually a criminal that lives outside of society.
Okay.
And they take what jobs that they can to survive to make new yen. Yeah. So and they're hired by a Mr. Johnson who has the anonymity of the name Mr. Johnson because you never know who you're working for. It could be the corpse, the evil corporations. It could be you just never know who you're working for. And they're always trying to get away with not paying you. So. But what I really love about Shadowrun is that it's a story where you're playing the criminals of society, but it doesn't make you the bad guys.
Yeah.
And so there's
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. There's a subversion to it and hope, and like you're presented with these moral dilemmas where it's like, oh, do I like money? Or do I do I do the right thing?
Right. So it puts you kind of like in a Robin Hood-esque position.
Yeah.
Where like, and I mean, I can see why that is very enticing to play.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when the world being as it is, sometimes you want to feel like you can
make a difference.
In a way that's meaningful. And sometimes even what I love about TTRPGs, and like even if it is like a story that you're telling with your friends at the table, sometimes that causes real change. Like you're like, oh man, I can do this. Little steps, do things that are practical. And you know, the bleeding of what we learn and in a way live through in a story inspires us or encourages us or gives us a little bit of a boost to do it IRL, and I love that. That's so fun.
And that whole punk aesthetic where you're punching up. You know, you're not punching down. You're not, you know, you're trying to survive, but you pull together people you trust. And try to make a difference. That's awesome.
Well, I'm in. I'd love to learn how to play like the actual rules and get into that because that's really fun. Like I've been really enjoying lately as a new TTRPG for me is Daggerheart. I've really been enjoying what Darrington Press has been putting out for that. Like not just, you know, obviously big Critical Role fan, but like D&D and everything. But like genuinely the game of Daggerheart just flows so smoothly and well, and I feel strong as like a character in the fantasy world. But like Shadowrun feels like up my alley of like a really nice balance of I love sci-fi, but I also love my hobbits. Like, you know, I love my like Tolkien fantasy, high fantasy, but I also love that neon feel of like that grunge Cyberpunk 2077. But to combine that, I love that. That feels just like so crazy because not only you're going like against a dragon who's like a CEO of a corporation, but like his horde is his company, and he has like that. Just to me, sounds like the best combination of like going against the big guy, you know, and everything, and that I'm in.
It's great. I tend to lean more fantasy too, and I've told this story to our audiences before, but I'm a big hypocrite because I was playing D&D with my friend group, and this new player came in. We finished a campaign, and it turns out he wrote for Shadowrun.
Wow!
And he's like, "So I'd like to run this game for you. That's a cyberpunk fantasy that you know I write for." And I'm like, "That sounds stupid." Like cyberpunk fantasy? What?
Sci-fi, sci-fi in general is like not always my first cup of tea either, because I'm just like, I want magic, I don't want blasters, you know.
Right.
I want dragons, I don't want spaceships.
Right. With the exception of Firefly.
For sure. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you know, and like I love Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Love Doctor Who, but Doctor Who is like leans much more into the fantasy of it all, and I love that. But like I totally understand of like when you hear sci-fi, you're like, prove it. Like, what's different, you know? Yeah.
For sure. So but yeah, it's become my favorite game, and my favorite aesthetic, as neon and bright as possible, is Yep, it's a vibe.
Yeah, who'd have thought?
Yeah. I painted my walls pink and blue at home, and so it's pretty epic. So
love that. That's awesome.
But yeah, I think that's my favorite game, and of course, starting with Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm also a hypocrite in that because I swore in college that I was a dork, not a nerd.
Okay, yeah.
And I would never watch Star
Clear
Trek.
lines, yep, absolutely.
And I would never play D&D.
Yep.
And I'm a big old liar.
Oh, the irony of life.
Yeah.
But that's what got me into D&D is I have a theater background, so I'm a theater
Same.
graduate. Yep, there we go. And like I was starting to watch Critical Role because I was like, first I was curious about it, but I'm like, okay, these are all actors. Why are you having fun with this? Like, what is this? And I'm like, oh, this is just improv with dice.
Yeah.
This is just literally making it up on the fly with dice. It's like playing on the playground and being like, I'm God mode or whatever.
You get
like,
your own movie.
Right, exactly. But the rules are your director. It kind of like in the dice be like, actually, you want this to happen, but this comes in your way. What do you do?
Yeah.
Instead, and I love that. I feel like in a weird way with like D&D as well. Like I found and learned in myself of how to like in a way stand up for myself. It's a very odd thing. Like my first time playing D&D, and we went up against, a very typical situation. Like the party comes up to the castle and the guard's there who's like very gruff and does not let you in and is like kind of very, very in your face sergeant kind of things like that. And I noticed in myself, I was like kind of falling back in my seat of like, I don't want to talk to you. Like I'm genuinely kind of like, I don't know how to respond to this.
Yeah.
But then, as you play and as you go, and yes, it is a fantasy, but like you learn to kind of like stand up for yourself. You're like, actually, this character would not do this because you, sir, you smell like poop. And it's, one of those things where you kind of start to get a little bit more confident because of the safety net that is TTRPGs.
Yeah.
And I love that. So, like,
you learn, and it reinforces right and wrong, which, like, they when you're growing up as a child and everything, like, they go over that with you, like, that's wrong, that's good, that's bad, that's right. But like then as an adult, when things get a hell of a lot more
when it
complicated,
gets gray and perspectives and context matters so much.
Yeah,
it's like, how do you make that? You can't just call blanket decision everything. You have to take it honestly, every battle as it comes.
Yes,
and
awesome.
It's such a nuanced thing, but like that's why I love, again, we're in a community of people who have that same mindset and love of learning while playing and growing while having fun and doing it together. One of my favorite things about board gaming is phones face down kind of thing, in a way, just for a moment, just for a small time.
Yeah.
Like I work on my phone, I live on my phone, like I need it. Like it's attached to my hip all the time. But like during the times when I'm playing or working or playing games like this, it is I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
We're playing this. And we're going to enjoy this for the moment it is.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Now,
it is.
I've noticed because my I was diagnosed with ADHD a couple years ago, and I've noticed that like I fidget.
Yeah.
And so like having something for my hands or something, or even like I don't even know what I'm looking at on my phone, but I'm listening.
Right, exactly.
So like that has been a crutch for me, but I'll start to tell people that like, hey, as we game, and I won't do that on stream, of course, but like when I'm just playing a 4-hour game at home, and I'm like, all right, I just need something for my hands to do.
Yep.
I'm like, I'm listening, I'm engaged, I'm here, but my face might not look like it.
No, absolutely, for sure. Like, I'm listening, but I'm, like, still building a stack of dice.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Well, I know I got a sign that we want to go through the schedule one more time.
Let's do it.
Because we get close to the end here. So, bring my schedule back up here. Just as we're, like, off the phones, and then we're both like...
I mean, this is where all of the notes are, too.
Yeah, they are.
We kind of need that.
So, live from Gen Con right now.
Hello.
With Quincy.
With Ren.
And then Tommy Rice, former NFL player, current actor, is in the Government Cheese show that just dropped on Apple TV.
Nice.
He's talking about his Partha Wars game with me that Catalyst is doing. Then we've got at 11 a.m. is Live with Adventure Forge and Jordan Weissman talking about his video game company. Live at 11:30 with XP Network. Then we've got at noon Live with Pinnacle. Noon 12:30 is Live with Piranha Games and Chris Lowry.
Nice.
They're the ones that produced Mech Warrior 5. I keep wanting to say Mech 7 because Randall's in a like Magnificent 7.
Oh goodness.
So bad puns. And then we've got a BattleTech Gothic chat at 1 p.m.
Nice.
with Randall and Marco Mazzoni, the art director.
Nice.
Then we've got Quincy back here with Mike Ritchie, who's the director of board games for Catalyst, doing a live play of your new game, Guardians of the Four Winds.
Yes.
Then we've got live with Renegade from 3 to 4 p.m., live with Green Ronin from 4 to 4:30, live with R. Talsorian from 4:30 to 5, and then from 5 to 9, Shadowrun 6th World actual play with a developer from each edition of Shadowrun.
What a finale on day one. That's exciting. I'm so excited to see that. Now, if I miss the stream, would I be able to watch it later?
Yep. It's going to be still on the Catalyst channel, and then we're hoping to do some pretty quick editing so that you don't have to wade through 11 hours a day of stuff to find the stuff you want.
Even
we'll
having
split
like
it up.
Timestamps has something like that.
So that way you can find the stuff you want. If you're interested in BattleTech, you'll know exactly when it is and can go find that specific stream. So.
Yep. But if you want all the also updates that's happening on the stream, check out Catalyst Game Labs on their socials on Facebook and Instagram, and you'll have it all right there that we can have it. Put it on your phone, give yourself a notification, and come back to what interests you or piques your interest, or stick around for all day. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, and don't forget, if you are here at Gen Con, head over to the podium right here at the streaming stage. We're at the Crossroads, which is the hallway where, like, between the gaming hall is behind me and Will Call is, like, right over there.
And then the vendor hall, I believe, is
that way.
So like, we are in that middle.
Yeah, so come see us, come watch, and then also we have coupons for each of the divisions of Catalyst. So
save your monies.
Yeah,
so you can buy more games.
10% off your board game or fiction or RPGs or Shadowrun or BattleTech. It's all here. So.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Anything you want to sign off with? We are getting close. We have 6 minutes.
Oh my gosh, has it gone by that quickly? Well, thank you, Rem, for letting me yap with you for the first hour of Gen Con. This has been so much fun.
It's great getting to know you.
Thank you. I know we've kind of like talked distantly or like through interacting, like again, planets kind of circling, and then now we're finally getting to act together. And no, this has been so fun. Thank you for letting me chat and say hello to y'all's community and introduce you to myself. I'm so excited to be working with Catalyst and all the cool things we have going on. If I see you on the floor, I'll be wandering around. I'll also be hanging out quite a bit at Catalyst's booth 1603 there, but then you'll also see me back here at 2 o'clock today, tomorrow, and Saturday playing some games. But this has been such a wonderful time. It's so surreal, and I'm beyond grateful and blessed to be able to be in this position. So, but thank you for
Did you
letting
think 6 years ago that you'd have a board game at Gen Con?
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely. Like, what is life? What? No. I make TikToks for a living. Like, what? Like, how do you go from that to this? I'm just like, all I can say is that if you have a passion that you love to do and you have something that just feels out of, like, just so far away, just enjoy what you're doing, enjoy the journey now. Consistency over quality right now is, I think, just the best, and you learn as you go, and it's just keep it going, and like just have fun while you're doing it, and I love it. Learn to love learning as you go. Failing is just learning with a hurt pride.
Yep.
And
I like that.
You know?
Yeah.
In a way, and so that's kind of those things, do what you got to do to tell yourself to keep going. But
that's awesome.
I'm so grateful to be here. So thank you for letting me share the stage with you, Rem.
Of course, anytime. And we'll play Shadowrun.
Absolutely. I'm so in.
I have a new gamer friend who's Quincy.
I get to figure out how to play like Cyberpunk Fantasy. 100%.
Awesome.
Absolutely. I love playing rogues.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Welcome to the stage. So we'll go ahead then and sign off a little bit early so we can get set up with Tommy coming up next for the Partha Wars chat and let you get over to the booth.
I'm going to get myself lost in the vendor hall.
Yep. But thank you guys all for being here. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everyone here at Gen Con walking by. And
I'm so excited. Everyone looks so good.
I can't wait to spend the day with you guys, so thank you.
Be safe out there.